Hey, good morning. One of the things, there's two things that I love the most. Well, there's probably more than two, but two things that I love the most that are happening right now are yoga and community. And I have done these before where I've just like randomly said, let's do a group community class. I wanted to do something before 2024. Usually today or tomorrow, I have led like a manifestation workshop. And I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but I feel a little bombarded with the intensity of like making decisions and setting resolutions and doing it now. And I'm going to show you how to do all the things. And so I really felt in my body, if I was feeling like that, there was probably other people that were feeling like that too. And so my intention today was just for us to move together. There's something magical that happens when people come together. And I really believe it's really nice when we're in person, but I also really love the collective energy, even when we're not in person. We can like pull from each other energetically. And so, thank you for showing up this morning. I wrote something this morning that I wanted to read. Thank you for this beautiful morning of gathering. When people come together to move, breathe, meditate, something in the collective energy shifts. The energetic ripple can be felt in our homes, in our bodies, in our cities, and beyond. We never know what kind of effect that it has. And what I mean by that is you're going to leave your practice this morning, and maybe like the people in your house are just waking up. You're going to share your smile, and then that's going to ripple to them. And then you guys are going to go out and do some errands today. And then you're going to like remember what this morning's gathering felt like, and you're going to share something energetically with someone else. It's just this like beautiful ripple. So go ahead and take a comfortable seat. I do have some blocks. I know you're in your home. Some of you practice yoga. You might have all the things. But if you don't have blocks, soup cans work really well. Water bottles work really well. So if you think you're going to need something, go ahead and you can grab that. And then go ahead and take a comfortable seat. Close your eyes and tune into your breath. And as you tune into your breath, start to notice what your body feels like. Maybe you've been up for a few hours. Maybe you just crawled out of bed. But start to notice what the body feels like. Can you feel your body breathing? And as you inhale, allow the belly to expand, filling from the belly up. And as you exhale, allow yourself to empty from the top down. And if you think you're breathing deep enough, go ahead and add a couple more seconds to that breath. Nice long inhalations, nice long exhalations. And this is the last Saturday of 2023. And I'm sure you've spent a little bit of time thinking, oh, what do I want to let go of? And what do I want to bring in? And what do I want to manifest? And how do I want to show up? Those are all really beautiful things. I love the space between Christmas and New Year's. I almost think of it as like a void. What have you learned this year? What has been some of your most valuable lessons? Because I really believe that it's not about wiping the slate clean. I don't believe that. I believe that it's stepping stones into the future. What has been some of your most valuable lessons? Maybe they've not all been, I'm going to say positive, but they've been valuable. What has been the thing or things that have gotten you to this moment? Start to shed some gratitude on them. They are contributing to the person that you are becoming. So beautiful. Nothing is by chance. And if there is an intention that you want to set for your practice this morning, go ahead and set it. Let that intention fill every cell of your body as you breathe it all in. And you can even think about, as you exhale, to let anything out that doesn't not even serve you, but serve the collective. And then when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes and come onto your hands and your knees. And let's just take about a minute. What does your body need this morning to get started? Before I start leading a practice, what does your body need? So very often we don't even ask ourselves what it is we need. We're just doing the things. So go ahead and move. As you wake up the body in any way that you need to. And notice all the sticky parts. Notice all the sticky parts. I always think in the morning when I get up and I notice, maybe something feels a little tight or a little sore. I always give thanks to it for the ability that I worked it the day before. So as I move, it's always that awareness of that. And maybe as you're moving and breathing, you're thinking, wow, what are all the lessons that I learned this year to get me to this moment? And then come back to hands and knees, curl the toes under, stretch back downward facing dog, and pedal out the feet. And you can take your time. You can move a little bit quicker if that works. On your next inhalation, come forward into plank. Make sure your shoulders are directly over your wrists. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Come back down on your hands and your knees. Keep your hands exactly where they are. Start to make big circles in one direction with your right knee. Notice how the hip feels here. Is there any sticky spots? Try and get the full range of motion. And then the other direction. And then extend the leg out behind you. Take it across the body over to the left. Look over your left shoulder and push your right heel away. Maybe even drop your right hip over to the right a little bit. And then inhale back to center. Swing the leg forward. So your hands are to the inside of your right foot. And then just gently drop the hips. If you want to come down on your forearms, go ahead. If you have blocks that you want to lean on, go ahead. I'm going to stay right here this morning. Maybe start to add a little bit of movement. And then heel toe your front foot back to the middle. Walk it forward a tiny bit and then shift the weight. Doesn't have to be super big in this moment. You can, if you have blocks, you can come up higher. I don't know about you, but I'm always a little more stiff in the morning. So we're going to add a little bit of movement here. So you're going to inhale, bend your front knee, look up, and you're going to exhale and fold. Inhale, bend, and then exhale, fold. 2 more times. Inhale, bend, just adding more movement will create a little bit of more heat. Oh, and then stay here. Lean over to the left. Inhale, right arm up and twist. You can bring your hand behind your head to open the shoulder a little bit more. And then hand comes back down. Swing the right leg behind. And let's take it to the other side. So inhale, left knee comes up. Start to make big circles in one direction. And then the other. Get into all the sticky spots. And then extend the left leg behind. Take it across, curl the toes under. Look over your right shoulder, but draw your left hip over to the left. Push the heel away. Take a couple of breaths here. Keep pushing your left heel away as you look over the right shoulder. Come back to center. Swing the leg around so your hands are to the inside and slowly drop the hips. You can come down on your forearms if you want to move a little bit deeper this morning. You can use blocks. You can stay right here. And breathe. Nice long inhalations, nice long exhalations. If you're on your forearms, go ahead and come up. Heel toe your front foot to the middle and forward and shift your weight back. Isometrically pull the heel back. So isometric means doing without actually doing. But what it does is it fires up all the muscles. And then we're going to add a little bit of movement. So inhale, bend the front knee, ground the foot, look up. Exhale and shift. Inhale, bend and look up. And exhale, shift. Inhale, bend and look up. Exhale, shift. Next time, bend, stay here, lean into the right hand and inhale, left arm up and twist. Slowly touch the earth, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee up and step forward and fold. And maybe when you're there, keep your knees nice and soft. Let the upper body pour out of the pelvis. Shake your head, yes, and then shake it, no. Oh. Inhale and rise, reach the arms all the way up. And then exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Feel free to keep your knees nice and bent. Inhale, slide your hands up your shins, look up, flat back. Exhale, right leg back. Inhale, reach the arms up. And if you want to modify, you can be on your back knee. Interlace your hands behind your head. Push your head into your hands into your head. Start to open up the elbows. So either here or with your knee down. One more breath. Slowly release, plant your hands down, step back plank, top of your push-up position. Come to your knees, elbows close to the waist side, lower down. Point your toes, be heavy on the tops of your feet. And with your next inhalation, lift the heart. Make sure the shoulders are back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep your knees nice and soft. Move the inner thighs back. Keep a nice curve in the low back. Push into your hands, and as much as you're pushing in, draw the energy from the palms of your hands to the back of your heart. On your next exhalation, step your right foot forward, and maybe it requires a couple of lunges. And then inhale, reach the arms up. You can interlace your hands behind your head, open up through the collarbones. You can also be on your back knee. Make sure you're checking in with yourself. What does your body need this morning? And you should be getting a little warmer. Lift up through the heart. And then slowly touch the earth. Step forward and bow. Inhale and rise. Reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, fold, touch the earth. Inhale, flat back, look up. Exhale, this time left leg back. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then when you're here, hold it for a couple of breaths. Give yourself a little bit of space to settle. Maybe evaluate where you are in this moment and the greatest lessons that have gotten you here. What does that feel like? Hopefully excitement for what's to come. And then exhale, touch the earth, step back plank. You can drop down to your knees or one straight line lower down. Point your toes heavy in the legs. Inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Ground your hands, bend your knees, move your inner thighs back, and stretch from the back of your heart up through the tops of the outer hips, through the thigh bones, and down through the heels. The knees can still stay bent. And on your next exhalation, left foot comes forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. Settle a little bit deeper. Remember, the modification is to come down on your back knee. From the pelvis, think about rooting down to the feet. But from the feet, think about scissoring the legs together. So lots of power where you are. One more breath. Exhale. Touch the earth. Right foot steps forward and bow. Inhale and rise. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a couple of breaths here at the front of your mat in Tadasana. Breathe deep again into the belly. And just notice what a couple of rounds of movement feels like. Release your hands, open your eyes if they're closed. Step your right foot back, come into a heel to arch stance. So your front heel lines up with the middle of your back foot. Make sure that you're wide enough that you're going to get a really great stretch and just close enough that you feel really grounded. I'm asking for both this morning. And extend the arms up, bend the front knee, bring your elbow to your thigh, reach the arm over your ear. And from the tips of your right fingers all the way down to the outer edge of your back foot, one straight line, but get heavy in the back leg. So the left arm is just feeling the support of your thigh, but it's not really kind of resting heavily there. And then draw the tailbone down and reach. Maybe bring your gaze towards your top hand. And take 2 more breaths right here, drawing the energy from the earth to the core of the pelvis, and from the core of the pelvis up through the fingers. The place that we meet is the pelvis. It's called the focal point, where all the energy pools to. And on your next inhalation, inhale and rise. Backhand comes down, open the palm of the left hand and reverse. Don't lose the front knee lunge. Make sure you're still staying deep into it while the back leg is grounded. Slowly push into the front leg. As you straighten the front leg, hinge forward with your left hand and bring your left hand to your shin. Open up the right shoulder before you bring the arm up. Open up the right shoulder and then extend the arm. Maybe your gaze is up towards the hand. Trikonasana, triangle pose. If you want to get a little bit more open on the right side, open the palm of the hand to face the front of your space and reach the arm over your ear. From your outer right hip, get heavy through the back leg. One more breath, and then exhale, touch the earth, unplug the back foot, push off of the back leg, walk your hands forward, lift the right leg up, and then bend the elbows. Lay your forehead down towards your knee or your shin. One more breath. And then slowly right foot comes down to join left. Inhale, look up. And exhale, bow. Take another couple of breaths right here. Let the upper body pour out of the pelvis. And then inhale and rise, reach the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands down. Second side, left leg back, right foot forward, heel to arch stance. Front heel lines up with the middle of your back foot. Extend the arms up, bend the front knee, bring your elbow to your thigh, and reach the arm over your ear. Now, as you reach the arm over your ear, I want you to think from the outer left hip, the energy moves down to the back foot. So all of a sudden, the weight on your front leg gets a little bit lighter. Lengthen the tailbone and reach. Nice long inhalations, nice long exhalations. One more breath. And then inhale, come on up. Back hand comes down, open the palm and reverse. Make connection to the left hand into the back leg. Use it even as leverage to reach out of the pelvis. Push into the front leg to straighten. Hinge forward with your right hand all the way to the shin, and then extend the left arm up. And if it feels like your hand is flinging back, bring your hand to your hip. We did this on the other side. Take the shoulder back so the head of the arm bone moves back, and then just reach the arm. It's going to be a much more integrated way to move. Take a couple of breaths here. And then slowly bend your knee, plant your hands, lift the back heel up. Start to think about bringing weight into the right leg as you lift the left leg up. Walk your hands slightly forward, bend the elbows, and fold. And then slowly bring your left foot down to join your right. Take your feet a little bit wider and come into Malasana, squat pose. So your heels might come up. If this doesn't feel okay for your knees, then you're going to be a little bit higher up. And you can decide what feels okay. And regardless of where you are, push your inner knees into the upper arms to lengthen the tailbone. One more breath. And slowly, fingers to the floor, straighten the legs and fold. And then slowly bend one knee and then the other, kind of a little bit of elephant walks, getting into the backs of the legs. Oh, I'm so tight these days. I don't know if anyone else is feeling that. Come back to center. Heel toe your feet in so you're standing in kind of a comfortable, appropriate position for yourself. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands down. Start to transition to your left leg. And then bring the sole of your right foot either to your lower shin or as high up the inner thigh as you can. Bring your hands to your heart. Now, the more connection you make with the foot into the standing leg and the standing leg back into the foot, you're going to find the place in the middle. And it's going to feel a little bit more connected. And keep looking maybe just a couple of feet in front of you on the ground if that feels better. And then start to grow the branches of your tree and reach up through the fingertips. Tailbone down. Even through the wavering, stay with your breath. Slowly bring your hands back to your heart. Draw the knee in towards your chest and then release. Shake out the standing leg. We're going to go to the other side. So ground through the right foot. Bring the sole of your left foot as high up the inner thigh as you can. If your balance is really off, and I didn't say this on the other side, but maybe you figured it out already, the toes can be down. Each side tells a different story. This side always needs more support from me. Bring your hands to your heart. Find the place in the middle by pushing the sole of your foot into the inner thigh or the inner shin. And then when it feels appropriate, reach the arms up. Try and soften the toes of the standing foot and use your breath to kind of move the energy down. And then slowly bring your hands back to your heart. Draw the knee back in towards your chest and release. Beautiful. Back to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold, touch the earth. Inhale, look up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, plank. Slowly lower all the way to the ground. Hold it here. Bring your left forearm in front of you and you can rest your head or your forehead onto your forearm. Bend your right knee and grab your foot. Now, if you can't reach your foot, you can lay over onto the left side. So you can decide. Once you have your foot, push your foot into your hand and your hand into your foot and draw the heel a little closer towards your outer hip. And then engage your glute. So engage your butt cheek. And notice as you grow your right thigh long, the quad really starts to fire up. Keeping your glute engaged is going to protect the low back. Push the pubic bone in towards your mat. Extend out through the knee. And breathe. Nice long inhalations, nice long exhalations. Slowly release. And go to the other side. Set it up appropriately with just enough connection between your hand and your foot, and then engage your glutes as you try and draw your heel a little bit closer. Imagine I had my hand on your kneecap and you were pushing into the hand. That's going to help grow the thigh bone a little bit longer. And breathe. And then slowly release. Bring both hands in front of you, make a pillow. Turn your cheek to one side, bend your knees. And just windshield wiper the feet from side to side. Nice and gentle. And then slowly come back to center. Straighten the legs out. Set your hands underneath your shoulders. Push back up onto your hands and your knees and stretch back. Child's pose. Reach the arms as far forward as you can so the undersides of the arms are lifted. The undersides of the arms are lifted. And maybe your head is resting on your mat. Maybe it's up. One more breath. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come down on your right knee. Bring your right hand kind of at an angle of your shoulder. So your hand is ahead of your shoulder. It's like on an angle. And then come to the inner edge of your left foot. Draw the belly in towards the spine so you've just really engaged the core. And if that feels okay, you're going to lift your left leg up. So we're moving in steps here. Option 1 is to stay right here. Maybe you need your foot down. So this would be option 2. Option 3, bend your left knee and with your left hand, grab your foot. Push your foot into your hand into your foot as you slowly start to curl back. Oh, take the tops of the ears back if that feels okay. One more breath. Release back into modified side plank. And then come back down. Keep the left leg up, square the hips off. And then bend the left knee and with your right hand, grab your foot. Push your foot into your hand into your foot as you start to open up. Right shoulder goes back. Take the tops of the ears back. Breathe. And then slowly release and come down. We're going to shift to the other side. So ground through your left knee. Have your hand ahead of your shoulder so it's not directly under. It's going to bring too much weight onto your hand. So have your hand forward. And then extend the right leg. Option 1 might be here. Option 2, lift the leg. Option 3, bend the knee. Grab your foot, push your foot back, curl back. Take the tops of your ears back if that feels okay. And breathe. And then softly release. And now you know where we're going. So bring your right hand down, square the hips off. Bend the right knee and with your left hand, grab your foot. Push your foot into your hand into your foot. Open up the shoulder. The more connection you make with your hand and your foot, you're going to create a bigger boundary, which might help in balancing. And then slowly release and come down. Stretch back, child's pose. Inhale, hands and knees. Go ahead and shift yourself to a seated position. Extend the legs out in front of you. Move the fleshy part of your butt cheeks away. And then bring the sole of your right foot to the inner thigh. Inhale, lift the right arm up, and exhale, come across the body. So either your outer shin or maybe even the outer edge of your foot. Walk your left hand forward, bend your elbows and fold. Nice long inhalations, nice long exhalations. One more breath. Inhale, come on up. Take your right foot, come across the body, bring your right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen the left arm and hook the elbow to the outside of the knee, or just give the knee a hug. And then inhale and lengthen a little bit taller, and exhale and twist. Inhale and lengthen, and exhale and twist. One more breath. And inhale to come out of it and switch sides. Inhale, lift the left arm up, and exhale, come across the body. Walk your hand forward, bend your elbows, and fold. Make sure that the straight leg is active. And then inhale and come up. Bring your left foot, come across. Bring your left hand behind you. Get nice and long in the torso. And then hook the elbow or give the knee a hug. And before you start to move, draw the low back up and in, and exhale and twist. And inhale and lengthen, and exhale and twist again. And then inhale, come back to center and release. Go ahead and lay all the way back down. You can keep the soles of your feet grounded, or you can stretch the legs out. I'm going to lead you through a little bit of a breathing practice. So I want you to find the place that you can access your breath. And everyone inhale together and let it out with an audible sigh. And then inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, belly first, 3, 4. Exhale, empty from the top down, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Inhale and exhale through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. Find your own rhythm for a count of 4. If 4 feels a little quick, then maybe it's the count of 6, but it's 6 in and it's 6 out. Stay with that count. Few more rounds. Join me together. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale double. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Your own time, inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 8. So really slowing down the exhalation. This would be a good time to think about letting go of anything that doesn't serve the collective. So including yourself, but in the greater global community, what are you ready to let go of? And release that into the exhalation. A couple more rounds. And the next exhalation of 8, at the bottom of the exhalation, I want you to hold the breath. Resist the urge to inhale. Resist the urge to inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back to your natural rhythm of your breath. Call that home base. And if your legs are straight, go ahead, bend your knees and bring your feet as wide as your mat and just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. And then come back to center when you've completed both sides. Cross the right ankle over your left thigh, come through the little keyhole. Interlace your hands behind your left hamstring, but flex both feet and extend the left leg up towards the sky. Think about moving the inner right knee away from you. And I don't want you to struggle here. So gently, head is grounded. Mm. One more breath. Keep your ankle crossed over your thigh. Drop your knees, drop your foot down And then drop your right foot over to the left. So with your right foot, you're standing down on the ground. Reach your right arm up. Take your left hand and think about moving your inner right thigh and knee away from you. Create a little bit of space in your hip. One more breath. And then slowly come on up. Take your right foot uncross, take your left foot over, and take it to the other side. Extend the right leg up with your hands interlaced behind the right hamstring. Think about moving your inner left knee away. Flex your foot, both feet. Take a couple more breaths. And then slowly, release. Take your left foot, drop it over to the right. Take your left arm up by your ear and take your right hand to the inner left thigh. Make space. And then inhale, come up, uncross. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart. If you do have blocks and you want some support, you can slide them under your thighs. Bring one hand onto your low belly and the other hand onto your heart. And start to feel your breath in the belly. Get quiet enough that you can start to feel the beat of your good heart. Nice long inhalations, nice long exhalations. And you can keep your feet in Baddha Konasana, or you can stretch your legs all the way out. Let your body rest now. Let it reap the benefits of the practice. I have a little reading for you. It's called At the End of the Year. The particular mind of the ocean, filling the coastline longing with such brief harvest of elegant vanishing waves, is like the mind of time opening us shapes of days. As this year draws to its end, we give thanks for the gifts that it brought and how they became inlaid within us, where neither time nor tide can touch them. The days when the veil lifted and the soul could see delight, when a quiver caressed the heart in the sheer exuberance of being here. Surprises that came awake in forgotten corners of old fields, where expectation seemed to have quenched. The slow, brooding times when all was awkward and the wave in the mind pierced every sore with salt. the darkened days that stalked the confidence of the dawn, days when beloved faces shone brighter with light from beyond themselves, and from the granite of some secret sorrow, a stream of buried tears loosened. We bless this year for all we've learned, for all we've loved and lost, and for the quiet way it brought us nearer to our invisible destination. Let yourself rest. And as the mind starts to wander, bring it back to the blessings of the year and to your breath. And then slowly, as you deepen your breath, wiggle the fingers and the toes, bringing sensation back to your body. And stretch your arms over your head, reaching for the wall behind you. And stretch your right side longer than your left. And your left side longer than your right. And both sides longer than before. Maybe even yawn. Wake up for the second time today. And then slowly draw the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a hug and roll over to your right side. Thank you for gathering this morning in community. Thank yourself for making time this morning for your practice. And as we begin our day, remember that the true practice of yoga is off of our mat. How we show up for the rest of the day matters. And your job as you leave your space and go about the rest of your day is to share that with somebody in a smile, in a glimmer, in a conversation. Take your time getting up. When you do, fold your hands to your heart. Bow your head to your own good heart. Namaste. Thank you.